And we are live here from Cheyenne Mountain for the Cheyenne Mountain Invitational. In Pool A, we have the Indians, who are 1-0, and Valor Christian, also 1-0. Top 5 matchup for 4A volleyball in the state here. I'm Landon Troca beside Nate Stein.
Pleasure to be here.
We're in for a great one.
Very looking forward to this one. It's going to be a great matchup between two of the top teams in the state in 4A.
Yeah, this tournament's absolutely stacked. Almost all of the top 5. I think the only top 5 team not here in terms of 4A is Longmont. And then the top 2 teams in the state in 5A also here. So this tournament's stacked as we are underway, and Gibson sends it over.
You can tell right away this is going to be a good matchup after a great dig from a strong swing by Cheyenne Mountain, then followed up by a well-placed free ball by Kate Gibson of Valor Christian.
And Cheyenne Mountain with the air there, sends it to long. Kelso back to serve. And that is just going to be tapped over there by number 7 for the Indians.
Yeah, number 7, the senior setter, is Monique Dom. She's been around for a couple years, so she knows what she's doing. So when she's in the front row, you will have to keep an eye on her.
And, miss hit there, and Baldwin couldn't get to it.
Back to serve, number 7, Monique.
And that good jump serve again to Kelso. And McDaniel tries to slice it across court. Bounces off the top of the net and out.
She saw where the offside blocker was playing, so she tried to cut hard angle, but just a little bit too much, caught a piece of the net and sailed wide.
Oh, and McNeely, the libero for the Eagles, can't handle that. So Cheyenne Mountain off to a run here to start.
3 great jump floats in a row from the setter, Dom, and she is off very fast.
And she's going to go right back after McNeely, and this time she handles it. And Kelso will send it over from the back line, and that's going to be up in the rafters twice in a row. And unfortunately, they won't be able to send it over.
I can see the Raptors coming into play a lot in this match. A couple of hard hitters on both teams. If you don't dig it exactly right, it will go straight up and it will catch a piece of the ceiling, making it a difficult second ball to play.
And that goes over to the libero. Now we're going to see the hard hit there, and that is down and in. Schultz, the senior, sends it home.
Hit that one pretty much straight down, got just around the block. A great slide set there from senior to senior.
Steinwind. Oh, and again, right back for Valor Christian, Cassidy Worth.
This is
tall sophomore.
There's going to be a lot of back and forth in this game. Both teams have very powerful hitters, and both teams also have strong blocks, but haven't come into contact yet.
Kaylee Miller on for Kylie McDaniel. She will serve. She goes with that top spin serve that you've talked about a lot, and again, that is killed down by Maddie Beal.
Cassie Worth was the only blocker up on that one, but I think if you're going to have any effect by the block, you will need to go 2 or even 3 up on a lot of these middle hits.
Now the libero back to serve. Courtney Dom, a sophomore. Oh, and that's going to be poked over, and Worth does a good job to get it back over. And the Valor point, and I think they're looking for a lift there, the Cheyenne Mountain bench.
Yeah, it could have been called a lift. That's a very subjective call by the up ref, but it looked like that Worth got just enough of her fingertips on it, so it was just a tip instead of a lift.
And the ace from Kate Gibson, who's battling a little bit of sickness.
Yeah, she's a strong player, able to play through that and still play at the highest level possible. She loves this team, and she would do anything to help them.
And that's a good set. Oh, and a great block, but that is going to be out. And the point goes to the Indians. Schultz back to serve.
Great swing by, I believe that was Schultz that made the swing on that. And just you can see the sheer power behind that.
Oh, and Kelso into the block. Oh, and McNeely diving, can't get there. Off the block, Kelso is able to keep it alive, but sent it towards the bleachers, and McNeely was unable to dig it out for the Eagles.
I think we're going to see a lot of second chance balls off the block today. So far, that has proven to be true, and I can see it happening all night.
And that is killed over and out. So the Indians,
Courtney Tibbett there on the swing, trying to go high off the block, get a touch on it, and just blast it out of bounds so that the defense would not be able to recover. Just hit a little bit too high over the block, and it sailed long.
Cassidy Worth sends it over. Oh, and that's a great slide, and then the good hit by Barkley.
Yeah, the Cheyenne Mountain team really loves the slide. That senior setter, Monique Dom, she just loves setting that slide, has a killer back set, knows how to hide it so well. And that's going to be a very powerful tool in this match tonight.
She's been using that all night, and we'll see where this serve goes. Iverson with the serve. Gibson, Kelso, and that is off the block and down for the Valor point.
Great tool there by Kelso. She was able to notice that the block was taking away line, so she wanted to go cross with it, just got a piece of it, and was able to get the tool.
And McDaniel's back on for Kaylee Miller. And another slide and off the block and then off McNeely down.
I don't think they've said anything except a slide so far tonight. I can see Coach Nielsen talking on the sidelines. He is noticing that, and he's telling his defense to wait on the back set.
Good jump serve, McNeely. Oh, at the set. Oh, and a great kill by Haskins.
It's just a great smart shot going deep corner. A lot of coaches will tell you that you will get more kills by going deep corner than you will bouncing the ball or hitting it straight down at about the 10-foot line, which usually holds to be true.
Kelso with the serve. Now this is going to be a back line over. And Gibson with the chance here to the back corner with a great shot.
And there it is again, that back corner rule holding to be true. Great smart shot hitting the corners by this Valor team so far.
Great job by Gibson to hit that long cross-court shot. And now Valor Christian trailing by only one. And there's the long set, and that's going to be killed past Baldwin. Amy Steinwind.
Great swing, split the block right there. It's something that Coach Nielsen has got to notice and got to be able to change up. Being able to tell his blockers that they need to close it up and get rid of that hole in the middle.
Oh, and that is going to be out. Nothing off the block there. So the air on Gibson, and now we're going to see Dom serve again for the Indians. Got the long run up.
She goes right back to that jump float.
And now Valor runs the slide. Great job there by the setter, Sam Baldwin. And you see McDaniel do a good job of getting that off the block and down.
Being the volleyball player I am going to correct you on that one. That was not actually a slide, just a back set. A slide is when they come around from the middle and jump off 1 foot to get the kill on the backside.
Oh, and Kelso can't get to it. Diving, but couldn't keep it alive. And Haskins off for the libero.
Barrow McNeely coming in from Haskins. Haskins is the middle hitter, so that is expected when she gets to the back row.
Oh, and that's a good block there for Cheyenne Mountain, but kept alive by McNeely. And now a great kill for Kate Gibson, and she does a great job of that. Real strong hit.
Yeah, she has great court vision when she's up in the air. She can see every hole in the block, every hole in the court, and that's what makes her such a great player.
Kaylee Miller back to serve for the Eagles. And again, the slide in the block knocks it past the back line of the Indians and down.
Great block right there by the dynamic duo in the front line, Gibson and Worth, able to get up in time to block that slide and actually get the ball back to the back line where nobody was covering on for Cheyenne Mountain.
So Valor Christian still trails by one. And that is going to be an ace.
And again, Kaylee Miller has the same type of serve as Kylie McDaniel. We mentioned this in our early broadcast. It is kind of a hybrid of a float and a topspin. So it's got topspin, so it will drop, but it's also dancing back and forth like a float serve.
And we saw it used effectively there. And the slide again for Cheyenne Mountain is in down the line. McNeely couldn't control it. And Cheyenne Mountain brings some subs into the game. Number 6, Mara Barkley. Number 5, Courtney Tibbetts on. And back to serve is their libero, Courtney Dahm, a 5'5" sophomore. Oh, and McNeely catches her high, and she can't control it.
Yeah, great float by Dom there, sending it towards the back line. Was able to jam up McNeely and get the point.
So Dom again back to serve. Kelso slides over and controls it. And now Gibson with the hit down the line, but out.
Early on in this first match, we do have a close one. Set number 1, Cheyenne Mountain, the Indians leading Valor Christian Eagles 16-13.
Good set back to Gibson. Oh, and she's going to tap it over, tries to find the hole, but she can't.
Very smart play. She's been pounding the ball through the block all night, trying to catch the defense off guard.
And there she goes, pounding that ball through the block.
There it is one more time with that last play. She was trying to get the tip, trying to catch the defense off guard, but they had a great cover, so she went right back to what she does best, pounding it around, over, through the block.
And that is going to be a long serve. But it's out, unfortunately, so the 3-point lead and the side out for the Indians.
Gibson was trying to paint the far sideline on that play, but just hit a little bit too wide and was not able to.
Oh, good hit there, but dug out of the back line and now poked over. Dom trying to make it happen there for the Indians, but Valor side out in the point.
She could sense the block that was up in the middle when she went up to try to send it over on 2. So she did try to send it a little bit deeper, but was unsuccessful and put it out wide.
And now some subs coming on for the Indians. They are shuffling a lot of players in and out.
Yeah, if you're the Cheyenne Mountain coach, you got to hope that this match doesn't go too long or else they might run out of subs.
Oh, and the back line hit, and then the great block there. That is number 6, Mara Barkley, the 6'2" junior, and she got up and did a good job on the block there.
Now you can clearly see why the Cheyenne Mountain coach was shuffling their lineup so much, trying to get a bunch of different players in.
And that short serve is short, so kind of a missed opportunity there after the great play. Now we're going to see Sam Baldwin, a sure server, out of the back line for the Eagles.
She throws in a nice float.
And that is going to be hit hard and down, and Baldwin, not too much she can do with it.
You can really see on the defense how the ability of Monique Dom to backset is affecting everybody, because Brooke Haskins, who is currently the middle, got drawn a little bit farther over to the left to cover the backset, and the middle was left wide open for free kill pretty much, no block up.
Good job on the block there by Valor Christian. And now Kelso sends it over and long and out. Went for that back corner like we saw Gibson do earlier, but she couldn't get it down. And now we're going to see the timeout by Coach Nielsen. Valor Christian trailing the Indians 21-16 here in the first set. And we're back. Landon Troca beside Nate Stein. Valor Christian trailing the third-ranked Cheyenne Mountain Indians. And now we'll send it down to Pete Maris.
So Coach Nielsen told the players to play rotational defense to match up to what their opponents are doing. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Pete, giving us some great insight from the sidelines, telling us what Coach Nielsen is seeing during these timeouts.
And that point went to the Indians. So Valor Christian now trailing 6. Oh, and off the block and down. And Valor Christian in a hole now. And timeout
Quick timeout taken by Nielsen there after failed first ball side out.
So once again, we'll be back here on the Valor Sports Network. Once again, we send it down to Peter Maris on the sideline.
Coach Nielsen just addressed his players and made a few small offensive adjustments and told them to focus on passing the ball more. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Pete.
And Valor Christian's going to have to fight to try to stay alive here. And that's off the block, but Gibson sets it. Oh, and then the bad the bad pass.
Yeah, that first pass was put a little bit too tight to the net, so Sam Baldwin showing up a little bit late, could not get there and use her hand to get the set off. So I had to do a little bit of a pass set.
And now game point, and that's not really how you want to start it, with a free ball. And the Indians have a great chance to put the Eagles away here in the first set, and that's going to be hit towards the back line. Good job by Gibson. Baldwin there. Kelso sends it over, tries to find that hole in the middle of the defense. And that is mishit and out, so Valor Christian
gains a point back, cuts that lead down to 7. Unfortunately, though, that was a close call on that last ball. Both Sam Baldwin and Kate Gibson called it out, but it almost caught a piece of the near sideline.
Kelso sends it over. Oh, and that is just going to be 2 and over and down. So Cheyenne Mountain takes the first set here. The 5th-ranked Eagles now down 1-0 to the 3rd-ranked Indians. We'll be back here on the Valor Sports Network. And before the start of the 3rd game, we will send it over to Peter Maris.
Nielsen just told his players to also stick with the rotational defense that they implemented late in the last game, and we'll see how it plays out. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Peter Maris, our sideline reporter, useful insight as always. Back to serve in the beginning of the second set. Monique Dom, the senior setter for Cheyenne Mountain.
And a good hit there that can't be controlled by Dom. So Valor Christian off to an early lead. The scoreboard has yet to be cleared, so
now it still looks like 25-18.
And now it's 25-1. Oh, okay.
Now it's 0-1. We're good. But a very smart play by Gibson on that swing, able to put it to the left back position, which is where the setter plays, in order to take the setter out of the play.
And that was overhit, and Valor Christian hits it down but out, unfortunately. And
interesting call there. They gave Cheyenne Mountain the point, though it looked like Worth hit the ball off of the setter Dom's fingertips. Very interesting call right there.
And to give you an update on the football game, Valor Christian scored a touchdown, missed the extra point with about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. They are up 6-0 on the Rock Canyon Jaguars. And that is going to be hit hard down the line, but out by Gibson.
And there's Gibson going right back to that left back position. Just missed it that time, but expect to continue to see her going there when the setter's in the back row.
And that is hit cross court and out. So another point falls the Indians' way.
McDaniel's going for the hard angle again, but hit it just wide.
And now we see on the back line ready to serve number 9, Amy Steinwend.
There they go again, going for that back left position, taking the setter out of the play early and able to get a dig.
Gibson pushes it into that
great
hole in the middle of the defense for the point.
Great smart play, understanding that there is a hole in the middle of every defense no matter how they set it up. It's just fantastic play by Gibson. Great volleyball IQ.
Yeah, good court vision there. And Kaylee Miller on to serve. Oh, and that is hit hard but out. Number 12, Beal on it.
That was a big swing right there by Beal.
Kaylee Miller back to serve again. And she finds that back row. And Beal again with the hit, and this time the one-person block can't do anything against it, and she gets the point for the Indians side out, and we'll see her back to serve.
Yeah, Beal recognized that they put up a solo block last time when she hit it out, so she, instead of trying to hit a cutback or trying to hit angle, she just went straight at the block and got through it.
And that is going to be hit high and out and looking for the tip. But Kelso can't control it there, unfortunately.
Yeah, Valor is not really trying to hit the ball down and get kills. They're mainly trying to hit out and get touches and blast the ball out of bounds, and some miscommunication there between Kelso and McNeely.
Yeah, that leads to the ace, unfortunately.
Normally those two know what each other are thinking without really talking. They are very close, but on the court, just couldn't get it together in that one.
And now this is just going to be a little bit of a free ball into the block. And now Gibson goes cross court. Oh, and kept alive by Dom, and that's going to hit a speaker in a free ball for the Eagles.
Great area to hit the ball by Gibson. And then again, they get the free ball back, and they're able to convert and get the point.
Good cross-court kill there.
It just shows what can happen if you play smart volleyball.
Gibson back to serve now. And that is off the block and down. Unfortunately, Baldwin couldn't dig it.
Yeah, she was in the right position. The ball just squirted a little bit left of her.
And then the little set over. Baldwin does that a lot.
Very crafty. And a little bit of an update on the football game. It is up and being broadcasted by the Rock Canyon TV on Chassa.tv.
So if you're interested in that matchup.
But please don't leave us. We love having you guys with us here.
And now McNeely on. And I believe she'll serve for the Eagles. Or excuse me, the serve sticks with the Indians. And Valor Christian is in the red zone threatening in that game.
Great short serve there. It was, caught a piece of the net. Baldwin was able to get it up, and they have to free ball it over.
And high and across and hit hard there. Great job by the Indians. Steinwind on it, and the Indians a 4-point lead there, jumping out big again.
Yeah, that was a faster pace set to the outside by Dom, and the hitter Steinwind got up and put it away cross court, hit an angle.
Gibson, Baldwin, Kelso, and she's going to be long.
Trying to go for that back line, trying to get that point, but unable, hits it just long. And Coach Nielsen will take another timeout.
So we'll be back here on the Valor Sports Network. Yeah. And we are back here on the Valor Sports Network. We'll send it over to Peter Maris.
Hey, Coach Nielsen gave a very inspiring speech to his players right there, telling them to come together as a team and work as one and not for themselves. Back to you guys.
So back on the Valor Sports Network, and we'll see what they can do out of the timeout. And right off the set, they get the hit there and down off the block and in for the Eagles. And to give an update on football, they just scored, so 13-0 Eagles. And Rock Canyon will take over after the touchback from Brandon Spencer.
Yeah, and on that point of coming together as a team, you could hear Coach Nielsen from where we're sitting just yelling every time they get a point and trying to get everybody fired up.
And that is down, so the point goes the way of Cheyenne Mountain. And we'll see if Valor Christian can make something happen.
Back to serve the libero, Courtney Dom.
And she gets it in and goes back line to Gibson. And Kelso was just going to poke it over. Oh, Dom with a great dig over on the Valor side. Oh, and a miscommunication, and that is going to be a lift.
A little bit of miscommunication by McDaniels and Haskins, which, I don't know, it can be expected. McDaniels has been hurt, so she hasn't had as much time to gel and get that chemistry with the rest of the team as much as everybody else has.
Yeah, suffered through that knee injury, but it's good to have her back, and that serve will be out. So a lucky break for the Eagles as they have a chance to make something happen. Oh, and that is hit hard. Kelso with a great job on the back line to keep it alive. And again, now you see McNeely, Baldwin, Gibson. Oh, and off the block, and Cheyenne Mountain is there. Oh, but the block there for Valor Christian.
Some great defensive play right there, leading to a great rally and a very hard-fought point won by Valor Christian. A great dig by Kelso off the first swing, a great dig by McNeely on the second swing, and a block on the third swing that went down for the kill.
And now this is over and falls on the, or a lift on Valor Christian, excuse me. So they are down 5.
Not sure if I saw that lift call on the play, but hey, I'm not a ref.
Baldwin, oh, a good job. Taking Valor to keep it alive, and we're going to have
Valor Christian point. Net. Looked as if one of the Cheyenne Mountain players went under the net. The setter, Monique Dom, is looking over at her coach, so I think that means she was the one who committed the offense.
And now that is going to be hit long and out on the serve, and that's a little bit of a wasted opportunity once you get that side out.
Cheyenne Mountain back to serve.
And the set to receive it. Oh, and we didn't quite see Cassidy Worth get on top of that, so she sends that long and out. And the Eagles are digging themselves a hole here in the second set.
Short serve into the net, and that will be a free point for Valor Christian. Let's see if they can make a run out of this one.
And we see Kaylee Miller come on for Kylie McDaniel to serve. And they're going to have to go through that substitution process once again as the down ref did not pick it up.
Yeah, that's one thing with volleyball. You have to make sure every single ref sees you every single time you get the sub. And if it doesn't happen, then you do have to go through the process again.
Oh, and that is hit hard and down by Beal.
Hard enough off the side of the block where it got past Kaylee Miller, who was covering the seam on the far side.
Now Beal back to serve.
Cheyenne Mountain with a 6-point lead.
And that is going to be out. A good call by McNeely.
Yeah, you can hear her talk. Communication is key in volleyball.
Gibson now back to serve for the Eagles. She's going to go floating soft and off the top of the net, but over. And now poked over. Kaylee Miller is there, and that's an easy pass, but unfortunately, she sent that towards the bleachers.
And that's one of those free balls where it's too easy to be true, and sometimes you just overthink those and mess it up a little bit. Happens to the best of us, but you can see Coach Nielsen on the sideline keeping it positive, telling Gibson that she had a great serve.
And we see it again there from Kelso, and Valor Christian running into some trouble here. And they are down 7. Baldwin does a good job there and now set over. And Valor Christian keeps itself alive. Kelso just tries to get it with the tap over. And into the block of McNeely. Or excuse me, not McNeely, that's Cassidy Worth, and she's there 2 times in a row. And Valor Christian is about to score again in football. That's Christian McCaffrey with about an 80-yard touchdown run. Or screen pass, excuse me, after a big 4th down stop inside the red zone for the Eagles to get the turnover on down. So Valor Christian is starting to roll there in the football.
And again, just in both these games, you can see how defense is so important. Defense got the point for the Valor the past couple times, and then defense, those big stop on 4th down for the football team led to a big score by Christian McCaffrey, giving them a 3-score lead.
So now Valor Christian, Cassidy Worth back, and we'll see what they can do on a bit of a run. Good jump serve, libero there, Dom to her sister, and that is absolutely killed, and that catches a piece of the line.
Great backline swing by Cheyenne Mountain there. And in the football game, Valor Christian went for 2 after that score to make up for the missed extra point.
And I think they successfully get it.
They did convert, so the score will be Valor Christian 21, Rock Canyon 0.
In the first quarter, so with that becoming less interesting, you can stay here with us.
And this game will be interesting throughout its entirety. As you can see, Valor Christian starting to make a little bit of a comeback, lost the point, but sided out on the first ball. They're within 5.
And Baldwin, a sure server, gives her team a chance. And that's off the block and down.
Just seems like the block cannot get used to that quick slide that Dom is setting. She puts it outside all the way to the pin every time, and the hitter's able to go down the line whenever the block's not there.
Oh, and the diving dig there. And Valor Christian, as soon as it looked like they were going to give themselves a chance, they start to get nothing in the timeout here, and we'll be back. Valor Christian down 7 here on the Valor Sports Network. And we will send it down to Peter Maris on the sideline.
Coach Nielsen was telling his players to play like their pants are on fire is a direct quote from him. And I believe that means just to have a lot more excitement and telling the hitters to hit. And back to you guys.
And we'll see what they can do because they have themselves in a deep hole again, and that's going to be hit into the block and out for the Valor point.
And honestly, that is not a surprising quote from Coach Nielsen. He is also my high school coach for volleyball, and he says some crazy things like that all the time. He does whatever he can to get his team pumped up.
And that was a lucky break for Valor. We'll see if they can do something with it. Dom with the set, Beal with the hit into the block and down. Out, excuse me. So 2 lucky bounces or sort of rolls, if you will, for them. And now they will find themselves with a good position to make a run. Good strong serve from Kelso. And Beal again will hit it. And this time Kelso there.
Right up by Kelso there. One hand diving across.
Oh, and the block, but out.
Ooh. Great block there. Looked like it could have gotten a touch, but no touch called by either up ref, down ref, or either line judge. So nothing you can do about it if you're an Eagle fan.
But the intensity is picking up here, and that's into the net. So Dom, the senior, with the error.
Usually very accurate on her serves. Just kind of put that one into the net. I have not seen her miss one other than that today.
McNeely back now for the Eagles. That's down. Almost. Oh, and again, another good effort by Kelso in the back line, but she can't.
Great touch there by Kelso to at least get the ball up, but just cannot keep it in the court, and it flies into the stands.
Seeing the effort out of the Eagles, though. And Steinwind. And a good opportunity here in the set over, but Cheyenne Mountain was not fooled. Now the slide into the block and the touchdown.
Great block by Kate Gibson after putting a little bit of a lollipop into the court with that roll shot. Cheyenne Mountain got an easy play on it, but then she made up for it by getting the huge block for the kill to get them back within 5 late in the second set.
And now we see number 9, Miller back with the serve to libero Dom to her sister, and now that's hit over, but Miller is there. And Gibson hits it over with the left and can't be controlled.
Great smart play, not seeing any holes in the defense, but still able to do something with the not perfect set, but still pretty solid set. Was able to push it into the block and get it down.
Valor Christian with the ball again in the red zone of the Jaguars. I believe that was a turnover. And that is going to be a good opportunity here for the Eagles. Oh, and into the net, but kept alive. Yeah, and that's going to be 4 touches. That did not hit the block. That was into the net.
Yeah, just off the top tape. And now you have set point for Cheyenne Mountain, 24-19. Let's see if Valor Christian can convert and make the comeback.
Beal with the serve. And that's the Kelso. She tries to set it. Baldwin diving, can't get there. So Valor Christian drops the second set. And now they're down 2-0 to the Indians. We'll be back on the Valor Sports Network. And we are back, and we'll send it down to Peter Maris in down on the sideline.
Coach Nielsen just told his players to play with pride and have that be the number one thing in their mind, and play with purpose and play as a team. Back to you guys.
Again, a Nielsenism, so to speak. He loves just encouraging his team. He's not one to really get on them for not winning, especially against a team of the caliber of Cheyenne Mountain. They're a fantastic team, number 3 in the state in 4A. But he just really wants them to come together and not get too down on each other if they don't win this match.
Oh, Beal with the big hit, but the block is there. And out, unfortunately, so point goes Cheyenne Mountain's way.
McDaniels was there. She just could not angle the ball back into the court enough, but great touch on the block.
Dom serving. And Gibson with a hard hit of her own, and that's going to be hit out. So Valor Christian answers right away.
Great swing by Gibson there. Great dig by Cheyenne Mountain. Just could not get into the court enough, and point Valor Christian. Let's see if they can use this.
And football now leading 28-0 after a turnover inside their own red zone for Rock Canyon, and then Valor converted that to a touchdown.
Some miscommunication on the part of Monique Dom, the senior setter of Cheyenne Mountain. That ball just falls to the ground. I think she was expecting somebody else to take it, but nobody stepped in. Valor Christian will take the point.
And, Valor found itself in a similar situation earlier this year against Castleview, and that's going to be down and in. Where they dropped the first 2 sets and they came back to 1, but Cheyenne Mountain's a higher caliber opponent, so they have their work cut out for them. But
not to say it's out of the picture, though.
Yeah.
This Valor team, they have heart. They work hard. They've been together a long time. I think they could do it.
And here's a chance for McDaniel to do something. That's hard into the ceiling, and that is going to be hit long and out.
The blue man coming up and corralling the ball there. Good athletic play by him.
And now McDaniel back to punt or to serve, excuse me.
Huh. We're playing volleyball right now.
And Valor Christian keeps this alive. Free ball over. And that is hit hard and down, and then
some great defensive play from Valor there, getting the block, getting the dig off the free ball, then able to put it away by Gibson, going deep cross.
McDaniel back to serve here, with Valor having its first lead since I believe the first set, early in that first set as well. And Beal with the hard hit once again. She's swinging.
Into the game, Kaylee Miller in the place of Kylie McDaniel.
Also, we see some subs on for the Indians, and that's their tallest player in now, Mara Barkley. Dawn back to serve. Oh, and into the block and down.
Cassidy Worth able to play that off the block of Barkley very well, able to put it straight down on Cheyenne Mountain side.
And that's a good job there by Barkley to get it hard down.
Great side out on the first ball by Cheyenne Mountain there, using their big middle, Mara Barkley.
Coach Nielsen having some words.
I think I know what he's saying to Worth right there. He's saying she needs to bring another blocker with her if they're going to go up and block Barkley on those middle hits. Because unless you do put up 2 or even 3 blockers, you will not be able to do much against her.
Good job on that block there. And now tapped over. So now all tied up at 5. That catches the top of the net, but keeps its course. Oh, and couldn't quite get on top of that one there.
Looked like there could have been a touch there off the swing of Worth, but the rest did not see it the same way, and that will be a point for Cheyenne Mountain. They have taken the lead back.
And that is an overpass, and that's costly there for Gibson. And now McNeely can't handle the pass. So Valor Christian losing a bit of steam here, and McNeely comes off for Cressman or for Haskins, and then Cressman comes in for Haskins.
Yeah, surprisingly, this is the first time we have seen Cressman tonight. She is usually the libero, but tonight Carly McNeely took her spot.
And now the backline hit from Gibson. Oh, good block there by the Eagles, but it falls out.
Great play by Kelso, getting all the way out to the antenna to at least have a chance to stop that ball, but just was a great tool by the hit of Cheyenne Mountain. Went out.
Oh, that's up into the rafters, but down. Dom controls it. Good block there between Baldwin and Worth. And that is tipped and out.
Lars can see his Lady Eagles kind of getting down on themselves, so he stood up, try to give him some energy and give him some encouragement.
And they have let the Indians have 6 points in a row. Now Coach Nielsen calls the timeout. Valor Christian down in the third set here from Cheyenne Mountain on the Valor Sports Network. And we are back, and we're ready to send it down to Peter Maris.
Coach Nielsen just told his players to find a way to get the ball to the middle and do anything necessary to get the ball over there. Back to you guys.
And we are back and ready to rumble here on the Valor Sports Network, and that is down, and Valor finally breaks that serve. Haskins on for Cressman.
Back to serve now is Cassidy Worth, hoping to bring Valor on a streak of their own. Regain the lead in this third set.
And that gets into the back line. We'll see what happens here. Oh, good serve, but the block's there for Valor Christian in the point.
Great block consisting of the junior Middlebrook Haskins and the senior setter, Samantha Baldwin.
Valor Christian down 11-7. And that is going to be hit out.
An interesting little 360 spin set from Monique Dom right there. Not quite sure what to do with it, but she decided to set a slide while turning in midair. Didn't quite work out for her.
And that is a good job of keeping that alive for the Eagles off the joust.
Looked like it almost caught a piece of the rafters up there.
And that might have been on its way out, but Cassidy Worth played it and couldn't control it.
Yeah, that's why court awareness is so important. Cassidy Worth didn't really recognize that she was on the back line, so she played the ball at about her waist, and it would have been out, but instead a missed pass and point for Cheyenne Mountain.
And Kelso off the block and down, so Valor Christian right back into it.
Yeah, they've cut this to just a 3-point lead after trailing by as much as 6 in this set. They are doing a fantastic job of just keeping their heads in and not getting too down on themselves.
And now we're going to see Baldwin back to serve. She goes for the middle back. Oh, and a good cross-court hit.
And again, Cheyenne Mountain reverting back to that slide that worked so well in the first set in order to extend this lead.
And that is off the net, but Kelso keeps it alive, and Haskins there. Good going for that back corner. And just set over. Oh, and then overpassed, unfortunately, for Baldwin. Oh, but then the bad set, and that'll be 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was so much a bad set as the middle blocker, number 12 for Cheyenne Mountain, Maddie Beal, just being a little bit late on that on her approach. Unable to transition quickly enough, and therefore a broken down play.
So add another touchdown for Valor Christian in the football game as they are up 34-0 pending the extra point. A long Christian McCaffrey run. And Valor Christian also with the point here in the volleyball game. So
cutting that lead down to 2.
Oh, and a good job on the set to just poke it into that donut hole in the middle of the defense.
Really got to pay attention to the senior Monique Dom when she's in the front row.
And that is going to be an ace.
And just like that, Cheyenne Mountain extends their lead back to 4 points.
Baldwin across. Gibson kills it down the line and out.
Just out wide. She tried to paint line. The block's been taken away angle all day, so she changed up her swing. Just missed that one.
Oh, and a miscommunication there, so just passed over. And Gibson trying for the solo block. Tipped and down. Valor Christian.
Now down by 6. Cheyenne Mountain going on a little bit of a run.
4 in a row. McNeely there. Baldwin and just sent over.
Good spot to put the ball by Gibson, going hard angle. But was it?
And unfortunately that catches the basketball hoop and shoots straight back down for the Eagles.
And Coach Nielsen wants a timeout right now. He is visibly unhappy with the way his team just kind of giving up and letting Cheyenne Mountain go on a run like this.
So we'll be back here on the Valor Sports Network. So now we will send it down to Pete once again.
Coach Nielsen used that huddle to tell his players not to quit, not to give up, and to still have faith in this game. Back to you guys.
And unfortunately, that is hit into the net, so Valor Christian down 8. But a pick 6 by Cameron Gray stretches the football team's lead to 41-0. And that is in off the tip for Valor Christian. Brooke Haskins breaking up that run, 7-point run for the Indians, and Valor Christian with a lot of work to do.
Yeah, if they want to keep this game alive and they want to, I think, keep their hopes of hosting districts alive, they need to come back and just start by taking this set, start by getting 1 point at a time.
Over there for Haskins. Oh, and a good solo block for Cassidy Worth.
Cassidy Worth getting up, not being afraid of the big middle hitter, and able to get that solo block and get the kill and to start them on their way.
Oh, and Haskins serve into the net. Unfortunately, she comes off immediately from McNeely.
Just into the top tape there. Did not have enough momentum to carry it over and drop on the Rock Canyon side. Rock Canyon is 5 points away from taking this set and the match.
And that is hit hard and down.
Wow. Big hit by Cassie Worth. That was very crucial.
She's playing with a little bit of energy, a little bit of pace. McDaniel back to serve. Dom to her sister. And that is going to be hit long and out for the Valor Christian point.
And all of a sudden, this team has some life.
And that is going to be over on Valor Christian. Going over the net, unfortunately. I think that's going to be called on Worth.
Yeah, the call was that the ball had not yet broken the plane of the net, and therefore Worth was not allowed to touch it.
And substitution here for the Indians. Dom serves. McNeely controls it. Kelso with the set. And hit over by Gibson. Didn't quite get all of it. And a lift on the Indians. So Valor Christian gets that point back.
The ball doesn't lie, as I like to say.
Gibson serves down the line. Good serve. And a back row hit over. Oh, and a good hit by Worth.
They're just going to Worth every point they can in order to get themselves back in this game. Let's see if they can convert on this comeback.
Valor Christian forces another Rock Canyon punt. And Gibson back to serve. Oh, and that's hard and down, but can't be kept alive and out.
Great touch by Kate Gibson, but just could not get high enough to keep the ball in play.
And that is going to be a serve for the Indians, up by 5. They are 3 points away from sweeping the Eagles.
And this could be a huge shakeup in the top 5 of for a bracket in women's volleyball.
Yeah, depending how the rest of this tournament goes. A lot of the top teams in 4A
could be making a drop in the standings. But then again, if everybody loses, maybe Cheyenne Mountain will just move up and everybody else will stay.
And Gibson over. McNeely, good pass there. And Gibson is going to hit it hard, and that's going to catch line.
Yeah, the line judge started to make a move like it was the ball out, but it turns out that his eyes misjudged him the first time, and that ball was in.
Oh, a good job keeping that alive. And now hit out and around the net.
Couple of broken plays by Cheyenne Mountain.
And Valor Christian with a chance. And that is going to be out. So Valor Christian within 3. And timeout. Cheyenne Mountain will be back on the Valor Sports Network. And we're back here on the Valor Sports Network, and we'll send it down to Pete.
Coach Nielsen utilized this timeout to tell his players to stay aggressive and to keep playing hard.
And that's a Valor Christian point, so now the Eagles within 2.
An incredible touch there. I do not know how that happened, but it was a dig off the head of Kaylee Miller, a touch by Kelso when it caught a piece of the line.
Oh, and that's tapped over, and the point for the Indians. So now Valor Christian down 3 and with the game and match point. And some unfortunate news to pass along to you. Christian McCaffrey was injured, which appears to be pretty severely against Rock Canyon. And as soon as we know more, we will pass that along to you. But now Valor Christian trying to keep it alive, and they cannot. So that'll be a Cheyenne Mountain victory here in this match. So Valor Christian drops the final set 25-21. Again, prayers to Christian McCaffrey and Landon Troker besides Nate Stein. Thank you from all of us here at Valor Sports Network.
Have a great night.